Hey guys, I'm Lexi.
And I'm Kayla, and welcome back to our podcast.
Okay, so this podcast, we're going to recap our week, and then we have a really interesting topic to talk about, and it's Catholic school. We both went to Catholic school starting kindergarten, and so yeah, we're gonna get into that in a minute, but I wanted to recap our week. What did you do this week?
So I went back to school after Thanksgiving break. It was today's Monday, so it was first day back to school. Let's just say I have a lot of work to catch up on, that's for sure. I didn't do any school during Thanksgiving break, so I'm kind of a little stressed out.
This week, what did I do? I didn't really do anything this week. Besides hang out, work. Yesterday we went to brunch, which was really fun. I haven't been to a brunch in, I cannot tell you how long it's been since I've been to a brunch, but we went to a brunch at a country club up in West Palm.
I was on the verge of falling asleep because I got 2 hours of sleep the night before, and my feet, Lexi brought me these sandals to wear because I didn't have any shoes to wear.
Well, you also had blisters, so it was hard.
No, I had blisters from wearing heels out the night before, and my feet, I was on the verge of tears. I was holding it back. I don't know if you could tell, but I was literally when my mom was just my mom looked at me and she was just deal with it, and I was just fighting the urge to not cry in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, it was also a big day because my parents were meeting Nolan's grandmom for the first time.
Yeah.
And Nolan's grandmom is a big part of Nolan and I's life. So it was very important for them to meet. And so it was a lot. And then for Kayla to be on 2 hours of sleep, I was
falling asleep at the table. I'm not even exaggerating that. I was literally trying my best not to fall asleep.
All around it went well.
Yeah,
it went really
the
good.
food was so good. What
did you get?
I got literally everything. We went back for rounds and rounds. I think the first round I got hash browns, and then I got fruit. We got those the
French toast,
chocolate
really
croissant
good.
And French toast. Yeah, that was really good.
And then the hash browns were so good. They had egg and omelets. It was a fancy,
and then
it was one of those brunches that you get on vacation.
No, literally though.
That's how it was set up.
It was really good.
And it was delicious.
What'd you get for your second plate?
I just got I ate everything on my first plate. And then I just went back and got...
I didn't. The waiter came up to us and she was like, "Are you done with that?" And my plate was literally full and I was like, yeah.
On my second plate, I got just more hash browns and bacon.
I got a bagel and eggs because Nolan was eating it and I was looking over at his plate and I'm like, that looks really good.
Yeah, but they had so
and
much.
The bacon was so crispy. Me and Lexi are so specific about our bacon. It has to be literally burnt, and they did it actually perfect.
Yeah. And then we came back here and we watched the Eagles game.
Let's not talk about it.
It was the craziest Eagles game that I've ever watched. I mean,
it felt like I was watching hockey because there were so many fights. That was...
Yeah, it was actually insane. But...
Go Birds.
Other than that, I'm trying to think of what else we did this week.
It's literally Monday.
Yeah, but I guess last week.
Nothing.
Yeah, I just worked.
Wait, did we have school last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about us going back to school after Thanksgiving break. Wait, we did?
Wait, yeah, because Thanksgiving wasn't
No,
on
yeah,
Thursday.
you're right. I'm sorry, guys. We did have school last week. I just literally forgot. Sorry.
But other than that, it was a pretty unsuccessful week besides me working. This Wednesday, our grandparents come down.
Yeah.
To see us, which is really exciting. However, on Thursday morning, I fly back to Pennsylvania. So the next podcast that you guys will see, I'll currently be in Pennsylvania. So that one's going to be pre-recorded. I guess they're all pre-recorded. But we pre-record by 24 hours.
Yeah.
This one will be pre-recorded by a week, so it'll be a little off. another new thing, I have neighbors moving in.
Really?
So, I saw
Wait, so that girl that you guys don't like is moving out?
No.
Oh, sorry. She will never see us. It's fine.
No, the people who lived across the street, they moved out a while ago. And new people moved in. And I'm really excited to meet them. I think they have a baby. We don't know if they have a baby or not.
No, it's okay, guys. It's fine.
But I did see that there was a car seat box outside of their door.
Probably. Or they're gonna have a baby eventually.
Or they just use the box to move. I really don't know. But I saw a car seat box out there and I got really excited because I love babies. And hopefully they're young enough that I can befriend them. But...
Befriend? Do you know what that means? Befriending someone means, like, stop being friends with them.
That's not what that means.
Yes, it is. Like,
Befriend.
I'll literally look it up. Befriend definition. So you spell it? Oh. What the fuck?
To be friends with someone.
No.
Unfriend means to not be friends.
No. Befriend. Oh.
Yes.
No, I swear to God. I've heard, like, people
I'm
like,
leaving that in.
I'm befriending someone. No, I swear to God. Like, comment down below if you've ever heard that before, because I have.
Yeah, like, you befriend somebody.
No, like, okay, maybe I'm just, like...
Maybe you just use it in a malicious term.
No, I really thought...
You keep trying to prove me wrong. It's not gonna happen.
I could have sworn.
She's looking through all of the different Google options right now.
Because befriending. You can offer assistance with a project or provide comfort at a time of loss.
Yeah, like you befriend somebody at that time. It doesn't matter. Anyway, other than that, anything else going on? Anything you're looking forward to? You're watching
Christmas break.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll be watching my dog for a little bit next week. So that's exciting.
Yep.
I kind of just dumped it on her.
She literally told me that she told me a week in advance.
No, I told you
and I found out like a day before.
No, I told you a while in advance, and then I reminded you a day before.
No, Mom and Dad told me. Not you.
Either way, I did mention it. Okay.
Anyways.
I'm not sending Rocky to a kennel right now because of all the disease going on right now with the dogs dying. I don't need that in my life.
Or you're just broke. Okay, anyways.
And then, yeah, I think that's it for our week. I think that's it for our upcoming week. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about now going to Catholic school and what that experience was like for us and all the rules that come along with going to Catholic school, which is crazy to me. One, tuition.
Why is that a thing? Why are we paying for public school kids to go to school?
No, that's my biggest thing. Is my parents chose to send me to Catholic school. I understand. I fully understand. I am a grown adult. I can understand why we pay for school taxes through our taxes to put public school kids through school. I understand that. But if my parents, for instance, send both of us to Catholic school, why can they not check off on their tax form that they pay for a private school and get a tax break for it?
I know nothing about taxes. So.
Like, that makes no sense to me. That if my parents chose to send me to Catholic school, that they now also have to pay the school taxes that don't go towards their child's education. They're already paying that in a tuition.
Fair.
But anyway, moving on to the other rules. We wrote down a list of rules that we could remember, and then we'll mention any more that pop into our head. But number one for you was what?
Uniforms.
Uniforms?
So just, like, uniforms in general, like, obviously we had, like, a strict dress code on, like, what we had to wear. We had to wear, like, a certain color socks, and if we wore anything different, then we would get written up for it. We had to wear a skirt or, like, a kilt, which is what it's called, where it, like, wraps around you and you button it. And, like, a golf shirt. Yeah.
But it wasn't only that. We also had the winter uniforms, which were the shoes, socks, and skirt. Mm-hmm. And then it was a button-up
The most, like, uncomfortable...
like a white a white button-up collared shirt, like, I don't know, like guys wear, almost.
Yeah.
And then, a knitted sweater over top.
Yeah.
Which was so ungodly hot.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also during the winter that we wore it, so it was, like... It kept us somewhat warm.
Yeah, but, like, when we would first start off wearing, like, the winter uniform, like, it would be cold in the morning, and then it would get, like, hot, sort of, towards, like,
it was
the end.
it was more towards the end, because remember they would extend the regular uniform with the golf shirt out until, like, Thanksgiving break. And then when we came back from Thanksgiving break, we'd be in winter uniform. Yeah. But then once we got into, like, April, they would still have us wearing our winter uniforms in April, but that's like technically spring,
and it would be like cold in the morning, and then it would be really hot in the afternoon, and like
you'd be sweating and you couldn't take it off because the shirts were so ungodly uncomfortable that most people, I mean including us, would cut the collar off the shirt, like into like, and then cut it like cropped too. So I didn't even crop it. Oh, I cut it from my shoulders down to like right underneath my chest and then down my back a little bit, and I literally slipped it on my head and then just put my sweater over top of it. Yeah, I cut my sleeves off and then I cut it like cropped too. So it was literally just like a little vest I had on. And like when I had to take it off, like it was actually so embarrassing walking around like that, but like there would be times where I was sweating like so badly that I'm like, this needs to come off. Like I'll be in my homeroom like actually about to start crying because I was gonna pass out. Yeah, it would get really, really hot. But also with uniforms, I vividly remember this. I don't know if they had this, I don't know when they had this, but I vividly remember getting my skirt length checked. Yeah. I think it was in grade school that they did this.
And high school, I've got checked in high school too.
In high school, they would sometimes check. I vividly remember when I went my freshman year, me and Sarah had the same, I don't even know what it was, like a study hall kind of thing. And in that study hall, we were allowed to go to, I don't remember the name of it, this like communal area that had computers, and you were allowed to be
like
loud
a resource center kind of.
Yeah, like a resource center. And in order to go from the study hall to the resource center, they only allowed a certain amount of people, and the teacher would pick who they would want to pick. So me and Sarah always tried to go together. But we would go to the front of the room, and we would have to show her that our skirts weren't rolled, because you would roll your skirts to make it shorter.
Yeah, because like, first of all, when they give you the skirts, like, they're long as hell. Like, that was, like, it was literally, like, below my knees. And it just, like, it made you look stupid. And you don't want to go to school looking stupid. And, like, everybody, like, it was a common thing that all girls, like, rolled their skirts. Just to make them, like,
it was also
not too short, but just, like, a little bit shorter to where it looked more, like, normal.
Yeah, it was also one of those things where, like, it was, like, you button it. So, like, it doesn't always fit right. And I didn't like to wear mine, like, when you button it, it was up around your waist, and I didn't like to wear mine around my waist, so I would fold it so that it was around my hips, because you're wearing a long shirt anyways, so, like, you can wear it around your hips.
And, like, you wouldn't buy a new one every year, so if you, like, lost weight or gained weight, like, sometimes it wouldn't even fit my waist, like, it would be too big.
I vividly remember, like, end of summer, we would always have to try on our skirts, and then our grandma would have to move the buttons around so that they would fit for the next year. But she would literally check to make sure our skirts weren't rolled, and she would check the length of our skirts before she would send us to the resource center.
Mm-hmm. And how they would do that is they would, like, put a flashcard, like, I think, like, up to your knee or something, and if, like, it wasn't, like, touching the flashcard or something, then, like, you would get written up for it.
That was, like, grade school. Once we got into high school, it just had to reach the fingertips.
Yeah, when you, like, stand up and put your finger... I would, like... actually go like that, so it was
just like lift your shoulders.
No, there was like a trick, and you would like roll your shoulders back so that way like your fingertips went up higher, and I would always do that.
Yeah, but they did that a bunch of times
because like getting written up in Catholic school is like, I feel like it's a lot different than public school because we had demerits.
We had disciplinary grades, and when your grade got to a certain like it started at 100 every year, and once it got down to like, I think it was like 50 or something is when you could get a suspension. Mm-hmm. So it was like every time you did one little thing wrong and you got a demerit for it, and one demerit equaled 1 point. So like, I remember one time I was wearing like underneath my golf shirt, I was wearing a pink shirt, and you're supposed to wear white. Yeah. And I got a 10-point demerit for it.
Yeah, so like certain, like, things that you do would be, like, different points. Like, I don't know, I think I've gotten, like, a couple, like, for, like, cutting class, and that was, like, 20 points or something.
Yeah.
And then it depends, like, where you went or what you did when you cut class, and, like, it would just, like, I don't know. Yeah. I think our disciplinary would just make up points and just to get our grades.
But it was like that. So it was like like once you got like one or two demerits and like however many points they were, like you were on the verge of like getting detention or like getting suspended. So it was like very serious.
Or like not demerits. Graduating if you were like a senior or like going to the next grade.
Yeah, with seniors, it was like I think it was like anything below. I don't remember, but any low like they started just threatening your graduation and getting your diploma and all that kind of stuff, which was like so annoying.
Yeah.
But what's our next
point? Like going along with uniforms, I think like with like the weather and stuff when it would get cold, because we had to wear skirts, like obviously when it's cold, like our legs are going to be freezing when we walk outside, because in our high school we had classes that like you had to walk outside to get to because they were in like mods, and it would be literally freezing, or if it's like raining or something like that, like they wouldn't let you put on a sweatshirt, they wouldn't let you wear sweatpants if it was too cold, like they would just, and you would get in trouble if you wore sweatpants into your class.
The only thing they allowed, and this started I think my senior year, they gave us quarter zips, but only for seniors. Only for the seniors.
Yeah.
Could they wear quarter zips over their like summer uniforms.
And your old high school that you went to first, that school, like, they would give everybody quarter zips, but, like, the high school that we both graduated from, they would only give them to seniors and let everybody else freeze, because the sweaters that they gave us had, like, little tiny holes in them, and they weren't that warm.
Yeah. This is another thing I wanted to mention, because that you mentioned that I went to 2 high schools, so I transferred my freshman year to a closer high school, because my first high school that I went to was 45 minutes away, and then my second high school was 35 minutes away. And I feel like kids who went to public school don't understand this, that, like, we don't have schools that are, like, depending on where you live, you might not live very close to your high school. Like, I feel like for a lot of high schools, especially, like, Nolan says this all the time because he went to public school, he's like, I would wake up and, like, go to school, and, like, I'd wake up 10 minutes before I had to be in school.
Like, we had to wake up, like, an hour before to, like, get there, like...
Like, our high schools were so far, and there was no closer option for us. Like, we picked the closest option to us.
Yeah, I mean, both of our options were either 30 or 45 minutes away. So.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
And then all the other options were, like, hours away, so we kind of had to pick between those two. Okay, we'll talk about air conditioning and, like, the heat and stuff.
Our school didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Until, they got window units. Your freshman or your senior year or no?
I don't know, but all I remember is like my freshman year, like it was so hot in that school, and like I don't know, it was just like it was rough.
Yeah.
And like the 1 year they chose to spend money on something was literally COVID, and they got new water fountains and we couldn't even use them. Like they would put like a cup thing over top of it so we couldn't use it.
It's actually insane. But yeah, we got we didn't have air conditioning at all my entire high school. We had no air conditioning, but we did have heat. We had heat in the school.
But it would make, I don't know, I think like a lot of like schools went through this because I feel like it's just like a common thing.
Noise.
But it makes like this ticking noise, and it like bangs so hard, and it makes this loud noise, and it would scare me literally every single time.
I hated not having air conditioning when we were in our, actually, no. I'm wrong.
No, some rooms would have air conditioning. It's like the labs.
The labs with the computers always had air conditioning because you have a lot of computers. They need to stay cool or they'll break. So those rooms had air conditioning.
But the gym didn't have air conditioning.
The gym didn't have air conditioning. And the outside classrooms did. The language building had classrooms where like Spanish was.
Had classrooms.
What?
You mean it had
air conditioning? The classrooms outside had air conditioning. So the 2 religion classrooms and the language arts classroom.
Yeah.
Not the language arts classrooms. The foreign languages.
Yeah.
They had air conditioning. But those were like mobile homes. We called them mods, but they were mobile homes, so they like had the built-in air conditioning into them. But the main building of the school did not have air conditioning, and it was always so hot in that school. And you would just sweat, and I thought I was going to pass out multiple times.
Yeah, same. No, literally.
Like,
I went to the nurse because I'm literally having a heat stroke right now. I need help.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say about the mods is that our high school, it was in a decent area, I would say. It wasn't horrible crime rate or anything. But the mods outside, the doors wouldn't lock. So if anybody were to come to our school and intrude in, everyone outside would be gone. They would not.
I think the actual classroom doors locked. Do they?
I don't think so.
I just remember
But they would always keep the doors open.
No, they definitely locked, because I remember my senior year, I had this tiny friend group that had this one religion class together, and it was me and my boyfriend at the time and two other girls, and we would all sit next to each other in this religion class, and we were laughing one time about something, and he kicked everybody but me out. and I remember he made them all sit outside, and they couldn't get back in because the door was locked.
Oh, you are right. Because I remember going to the bathroom sometimes and coming back. The most awkwardest thing to do is when you come back to your door and it's locked, and then you have to knock and wait there for somebody to come get you.
Yeah, those doors definitely did lock, because I remember him locking them out. Which is so bad. That's another thing about Catholic school. Disciplinary wise, they are free to do whatever they want. They don't care. Not at all. No. Especially when your religion teacher is the priest of the school. He did not care. He didn't care at all. Okay, so the next one is nose piercings.
Just piercings in general, you couldn't have any, but specifically nose piercings for us because
facial piercings at all. You could have earrings.
Yeah.
But only one set of earrings. You couldn't, my whole ear is done. You couldn't have,
Well, in high school we could, but in, elementary school we couldn't have.
Yeah, in elementary school specifically, you could only have one earring, one set of earrings, one necklace, and one bracelet. That's it. Yeah. Anything else was a distraction. Anything else was not allowed. And they would always ask you to take them off. And I vividly remember this because when I was in grade school, silly bands were a thing. And we used to have so many silly bands. And you weren't allowed to wear them. We would get in so much trouble if we brought them to school.
Mm-hmm. But, specifically in high school, nose piercings for us, I remember, I had recently just got mine done sophomore year, and, when you get a piercing, you can't take it out for, 6 months, or you can't change it for 6 months. And I got it because, I don't really care. I don't know. I wanted to get it. Yeah. And I got it in the summer. So by the time I went back to school, it was only in for 3 months. So I had to keep it in for 3 more months before I could change it. And the second I walked in, because, I remember why I got it. No, okay, I got it because I got it during COVID. Yeah. So we were able to wear masks, and I could wear it over my nose, so you wouldn't be able to tell. But when we came back to school and we didn't have to wear a mask, my disciplinarian notices it, and I got in trouble for it. And I was I told her, I just got it pierced, I can't take it out, so unless you want to pay for me to get it re-pierced, eventually after high school, because, yeah. I spent the money to get it done. I'm not just going to take it out and waste that money that I spent on it. Mm-hmm. I told her that. I was
I also got my nose pierced during high school, but I wore a stud in my nose for a while. I never really put the ring in
until what I had too.
After high school, so every morning I would take the stud out and put a clear one in.
Yeah, so eventually that's what I did, but for a while I just kept my hoop in, and I had that for a while. It wasn't really a problem until I think my senior years when they really had a problem with it, because that's when it was
I vividly remember I love my nose piercing. I think that it completes my face, and I also had it at that point I felt it completed my face, not just even now that I've had it for so long. But I vividly remember that I wanted it so badly in my graduation pictures. The day of graduation, I had already completed high school. I took all my finals. All I need was that damn diploma and to walk down the aisle to get my diploma. And so I was I'm wearing my nose piercing. I don't care what people say. I'm wearing it. I like it. I feel confident in it, whatever. We were lined up to walk down the aisle for graduation. And a teacher came up to me and literally told me that she would take my diploma if I didn't take my nose piercing out. And I was
and that's the same teacher that would come at me every single day and write me up without even letting me know that she was writing me up, which is what you're supposed to do. If you're writing up a student, you have to notify them so that way they know they did something wrong. But this teacher would just see me in the hallway and write me up and wouldn't tell me, and then I would like get a text from my dad being like, why are you getting written up? And I'd be like, I don't know. I didn't even know I got written up. But yeah, that, and like I had the same problem for my graduation. So when I graduated, before, my disciplinarian called me into her office and she was like, you will not be able to walk if you have your nose piercing in. You have to put in a clear one. And I would like make up a lie, and I would just like say that like, oh, like the clear nose piercings are on back order, like I'm just waiting for them to come in. So I would wear my nose piercing like during school and stuff, but for graduation I did wear a clear one. No, I was not happy about it. I would have liked to wear my ring because I just think I look better with it, but
yeah, I just went for it. I was like, I don't care. I really don't care
yeah,
anymore.
but she literally told me, she was like, you're not gonna walk. And literally, oh my god, a girl passed out at my graduation. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
That was
my grandma literally got up and ran over. It was so much.
Okay, hair color. So, it's in high school too, right?
Yeah, it's all throughout.
Okay, so all throughout Catholic school, we were not allowed to dye our hair any other color than it was blonde.
Natural, just natural.
Yeah,
colors
like
only.
blonde, brunette, black, whatever.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to have like any color in our hair.
No, and that's crazy to me because I feel like, well, I don't know. It's hard for me because I love uniforms. I think that they should be like mandatory in every school. I don't think that they should be as strict as they were for us in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that uniforms are like a really good thing. However, the hair color confuses me a lot, and I have like a very like back and forth thinking on it because people need to express themselves. Like, I used to dye my hair pink. I've dyed my hair blue. I've done red. I've done it all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change who I am as a person. It doesn't change my faith to God.
And I've done like pink and purple too, and I remember like I literally did pink for like breast cancer awareness, and like you would get in trouble for doing that too, by the way. I don't know why.
But like in public school, I'm pretty sure you can dye your hair whatever color you want.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, it was a very big no-no. You had to have natural colored hair.
But a girl in my senior class literally dyed her hair blue and didn't get in trouble for it. I was about to like, there were so many people who like broke the rules, but for some reason, I would always get picked on by the disciplinarian. Like, other girls had nose piercings and girls had their hair dyed colors, but I was the only problem when it came to that. I don't know why. But somebody had a little hatred towards me. Okay.
The next one.
Yeah.
Dress down days, for sure.
Yeah.
Because dress down days were my favorite days.
Let's start with like elementary school, like what we could wear and what we couldn't wear.
Let's start off here. All throughout, even through high school, you had to pay to dress down.
Yeah, you had to pay in order to wear whatever clothes you wanted to. So a dress down day is like a day where you can go into school, you can wear whatever you want to.
You don't have to wear your uniform.
Sometimes there would be themes, like sometimes like you could just wear whatever you wanted to.
But if you didn't pay, you didn't get to dress down. You had to wear your uniform.
And it was like usually like $1 to $5. Like
elementary school was $1, I believe.
No. It was like $5, and then high school was $1.
High school's $3.
Okay, well for me it was $1. Or no, we actually had to get bracelets sometimes.
Yeah, it was $3 for a wristband. And then you wore the wristband.
Yeah. And if you didn't bring the wristband, they would literally be like, go change it to your uniform.
But I know a lot of people throughout high school who would just buy a pack of wristbands on Amazon, and then one person would pay for a wristband, and then
or they would like keep their
the
wristband and then they would like rewear it.
Yeah, but you could just buy them on Amazon and then find out what color the wristband is, and then just use the color that the wristband is.
And because people started doing that in her like years of high school, in my years of high school, we had to buy a specific one that was like our school colors, said our school name, and said like dress down day, blah, blah, blah.
Yours said stuff on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine never said stuff.
And we had to do that for like homecoming week too. Like we had to pay to dress down for homecoming week. It was like $20.
Homecoming week too was always the rubber wristbands.
Yeah, but we would have them like all.
But they were like $20.
Or we would have this little, like, slip thing we had to, like, go in our homeroom and we had to put it, like, in our ID.
I'm already paying to go to the damn school.
Oh my god, IDs. We never mentioned that with uniforms.
No, our IDs were a lot more strict, but I do know that public school, you were supposed to wear it around your neck, too.
Yeah, but, like, if you weren't wearing your ID around your neck, you would get in so much trouble.
Yeah. Which, I have to say that is a very, like, as much as I feel like I was just so embarrassed in high school to wear it around my neck, it's so important in today's society that, you know, teachers can point down the hallway, okay, that person's supposed to be here.
I get that, and I 100% agree with that statement in public schools. In Catholic school, if you're wearing the school uniform, you go to that school.
That's
like,
not necessarily
you can't
true.
just,
you
like...
can buy the school uniform.
Yeah, but, like, who's really gonna go out and spend money to buy a uniform to act like they go to our school? Like, I just think, I mean... If you want to do that, go ahead. And if you're crazy enough to do that, then go ahead. But I just think it's a lot easier in public schools, like, for people to be able to, like, act like they go to the school than, like, in Catholic school.
Yeah. But it was very, very strict. Like, you had to have the lanyard with the ID on at all times.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good and bad. But it was very strict. Back to dress down days.
Yeah.
Because even on dress down days, you had to wear your lanyard.
Yeah,
with your ID.
Very true.
But, so starting in elementary school...
Sorry.
What were the rules of dress down day?
Okay, so in elementary school, I don't know why you say it like that, but, okay, we weren't allowed to wear leggings.
You could wear leggings if you had a shirt or a sweatshirt that covered your butt.
We could not wear ripped jeans.
No, yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about ripped
jeans.
Like,
if you wore jeans, they could not have a single hole in them, or you would get in trouble for it.
Your shorts had to be the same length as your skirt, like, down to your fingertips. I remember that.
And in elementary school, like, we could only wear, like, our gym shorts. Like, our gym shorts, too, it looked like I was literally I was, like, a boy.
I feel like you could wear regular shorts. No?
More towards, like, 8th grade, they, like, switched it, but, like...
They had to just be down to your fingertips. So
yeah, but, like, girls would lie about that. But, like, most of the time you had to wear, like, basketball shorts. Like, as a girl, you would have to wear literally basketball shorts to be, like, the correct length.
Which, now thinking about it, the uniform and the rules of dress down day literally all geared towards guys' clothing.
Yeah, basically. We weren't allowed to wear tank tops or, like... It was, like, we had, like, the 2-finger rule or something.
No, that was cheerleading.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
In school, we couldn't have our shoulders showing.
Yeah, at all.
It had to be t-shirts or sweatshirts. Actually, I vividly remember, I think, on dress down days in elementary school, we couldn't wear sweatshirts. Why do I feel like that was a rule?
No hats.
No hats, but I feel like no sweatshirts was a thing. I could be wrong on that one.
You probably are.
I feel like you couldn't wear a sweatshirt, though. I don't know.
You definitely could.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I just remember no sweatshirts, but I guess I could be wrong.
I'm trying to think of what else. You couldn't wear hats if you were a guy. I don't know why they did that, but...
Yeah. That was really it. I don't think there's any... High school was a little bit more lenient.
You could wear leggings.
You could pretty much wear... I wore whatever. I usually wore
You still couldn't wear ripped jeans, though.
Really? I mean, I never wore...
If they were, like, too ripped, I think if they were, like,
Once I got to high school, dress down days for me were sweatpants and a sweatshirt, or... I wore, like, pajama pants one day, like, you know the...
That's one thing.
We had these, like, pajamas from Rainforest Cafe that are, like,
yellow
with monkeys and bananas on them. I wore those most of my dress down days because I was just, like, who cares?
I think the one thing about Catholic school that I've, like, learned is that people, like, most people... there was some people who cared about what they looked like, but most people, like, girls especially, would not care, like, they would show up, like, their hair all messed up, like, in a sweatshirt and sweatpants, because, like...
But I feel like that's the important part of uniforms, and that's what I kind of like about uniforms, is that there's no expectation to look better than somebody, because you all look the same, you're all wearing the same thing, and so that part of uniforms I do really like, and... I know down here in Florida, they do require public school kids to wear uniforms too, for that very same reason. For the fact that, my dad mentioned this the other day when we were talking about uniforms, how, you know, a girl can't show up with a Louis Vuitton bag and the other girl shows up with a Walmart bag. Like, there's no there's no difference between them because they're both wearing the same uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And so it puts a lot more focus on the learning and and
just, like, getting to know a person for who they are and not what they have.
Exactly. Like, I feel like, even Catholic school has it. I'm not saying that Catholic school kids are perfect because they never judge anybody, because they're the most probably judgmental people in the entire world. But it's easier to focus, especially for people who don't have a lot. It's easier for them to focus because they know that the eyes aren't pointed at them because they're wearing the same thing as the other people. So it's like, I really like the uniforms in that aspect.
I feel like for me personally, like, honestly, like, on dress down days, like, sometimes I personally would be, like, nervous because, like, I didn't have the best clothes in high school. Like, I wasn't showing up in, like, my Lululemon. Like, that was not me. And just, like, personally, I would rather wear my uniform some days. Like, and it, like, it helped. I'm saying personally, so many goddamn. But it helped me, like, feel better, like, about myself. And it didn't, like, make me feel like, oh, like, these girls' outfits are better than mine, and, like, I look bad in this, and just, like...
It didn't make you feel like you had to, like, one-up somebody every single day of your life.
Yeah.
Which was nice. But, going back to, like, I guess uniform requirements and, like, jewelry and all that, we totally didn't mention that in elementary school. Our elementary schools went up to 8th grade, and we couldn't wear makeup at all.
Oh, yeah, we weren't allowed to wear makeup.
No makeup in elementary school. So,
Or, like, lip gloss, either. Like, or, like, chapstick. They would tell you it had to be, like, if it was...
They would question the chapstick.
No, it would be, like, not, like, chapstick, but, like, lip gloss. It had to be, like, a nude color, like, clear. Like, it couldn't be, like... Any bright colors, they would tell you that. You weren't allowed to wear nail polish either. It had to be, like, a neutral color.
I feel like even in high school, the makeup had to be...
Yeah,
like,
you couldn't have
makeup.
any, like...
You couldn't do any crazy makeup. Not that anybody ever did, because you're wearing a uniform, so it doesn't... Like, you can't do, like, high-class emo makeup and, like, wear a school uniform. That just wouldn't look right.
If you wanted to, you probably could.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to, but it wouldn't look right necessarily, so, like, nobody ever really did. But you weren't, like, going to school in full glam. You were, like, maybe mascara.
I, like, vividly remembered that we couldn't wear mascara either in, like, elementary school. Yeah. I mean, like, I guess that's fair. You're, like, literally 10. But, like, even towards 8th grade, like, I don't remember wearing...
You definitely couldn't. There was a little... Towards the, like, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you got away with a little bit more makeup. You could do, like, a little bit of mascara and, like, a little bit of lip gloss. But it was still no, like... I wouldn't say full glam, but full glam for, like, an 8th grader. Like,
yeah.
They would, like, pull you aside and just be like, tomorrow don't wear so much makeup.
Yeah. Which is, like, I don't know. Like, I get, like, some people, like, use makeup to, like, express themselves or just, like, feel better in general. Like, especially, like, towards 8th grade, like, that's when you're, like, hitting puberty. Like, you're starting to get acne and, like, you want to be able to, like, feel good, like, in your own body, and you don't want to be able to go to school and, like, my skin, like, actually looks so bad right now, I don't want to be here, and I can't wear any makeup to cover it. I was, like, rambling there, sorry.
I don't necessarily remember them caring too much if you were wearing, like, a concealer to cover up acne. I feel like they didn't care too much about that, because I had some girls in my grade who would... use, like, concealer and a little bit of, like, foundation and powder to, like, cover up their acne, and I don't remember them ever getting said, like, anything said to them. It was mainly, like, the very noticeable makeup, like, the eyeshadow, mascara, eyeliner, blush, highlighter, like, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That's when it was very noticeable that they were wearing, like, makeup, that's when they would call it out and be like, no, but I don't think other than that, I think concealer was, like, okay.
Yeah, probably, like, but, like, just not, like, too much.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
Phones.
Yeah. Phones were not allowed at all. Once we got into high school, they were allowed, but we were talking about this before we started filming. I don't know how public schools middle school works, but I do know that they start in 6th grade and they go up to 9th. And I believe they're allowed to have their phones. I think it's still more like a little strict, like, hey, don't have your phone out in class. But they were definitely allowed to have their phones because I would text people.
I remember there was a time, like, everyone in my grade, like, in, like, 8th grade, we would have this, like, thing in our Catholic school where it was just, like, called, like, silent reading, and for, like, an hour each day, they would, like, go on the loudspeaker and say that we were doing silent reading, and, like, all of my friends and I would, like, tell my teacher that, like, we would download books on our phones, so we would be like, can we read them off of our phones? And we would go on our phones and stuff, and I remember vividly, like, this one time I was, like, reading in the hallway with one of my friends, and, like, we were, like, taking videos fooling around because, like, there weren't any teachers in the hallway. And then all of a sudden, like, I literally have it in my video, too. I don't know where it's at, though. But I'm, like, taking a video, and then I, like, see my principal in the background of my video. And she, like, immediately came up to me, like, grabbed my phone. And then she literally told me that she was going to keep it there for the weekend.
Yeah, they would threaten to hold your phone over the
And, like,
weekend.
luckily, my friend that I was with, like, her mom worked at the school, so we, like, got it back, but...
They were even in 8th grade, like, they were very, very strict about,
where
like,
they, like, would tell you
if
they're
I
keeping
see your
it
phone,
overnight.
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I just think that's wild to me. Like, again, just, like, tell me to put it away, but, like, doing all that is kind of crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is crazy. Anything other than that?
Wait, I also wanted to mention this because it's just funny. I think people will laugh at it. But in, like, I think from, like, I think it was 4th grade is where I, like, hit my peak in uniforms. I was done wearing the girls' uniform, so I asked the school if I could wear the boys' uniform. And I wore that for, like, 2-3 years straight. Like, I want to find a picture so you can put it in.
You did wear the boys'
But, like, I wore the boys' uniform, and... I just want to say, like, if you want to wear the boys' uniform, do it, because, like, it was more comfortable, and I'm gonna be serious, like, that's why I wanted to wear it, like...
It was, like, shorts, and it was, like golf shorts and a polo, so obviously it was way more comfortable than a dress.
Oh, right, because... so up to, like, I think it was
fourth grade.
No, 6th grade. Because remember we had, like, the yellow shirts and then you had, like, the navy
I never had
ones.
yellow shirts. I only ever wore the gray ones.
What?
You're
lying.
I never wore a yellow shirt.
Okay, well, we had, like, gray, yellow, and then you had, like, navy blue once you got in 8th grade.
Yeah. I wore the navy blue in 8th grade, and I wore the gray up until 8th grade.
Okay, but before that, you had to wear this, like, jumper dress, and it was so uncomfortable, and that's literally why I wanted to wear the boys' uniform.
Okay, well,
to
be fair,
that looks more comfortable.
Your jumper dress and my jumper dress were different. I wore a dress that had think of it almost like a robe, like a bathrobe, where you can adjust the belt. So my grandma always sewed the belt buttons tighter so that it would cinch around my waist. When Kayla got into wearing the dresses, your dress didn't have the detachable belt. Your belt was part of the dress, so it was like a box.
Yeah, it literally did not. It did me so dirty, like, I was like...
But I can imagine it being so uncomfortable because it's literally like wearing a smock. Like, it was so baggy and bulky and boxy, whereas, like, my dress, I could tighten around my waist.
Yeah.
So it was, like, more, like, comfortable to wear. But I could not imagine wearing a box to school every day.
Yeah, literally. And that was, like, up until, like, 5th grade, I think.
No, I remember,
like,
being 4th grade. 4th grade was your last year wearing the dress.
Oh, because 4th grade, 4th grade's when I transferred to the boys' uniform, so I don't know why.
Yeah, because 5th grade, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th got to wear...
I think it was a little bit of, like, partially my tomboy era. I, like, for some reason, like, okay, wait, do they do, like, recess? In, like, they don't do recess in middle school, right? But we would do recess up until 8th grade. No, yeah, they would.
I don't think that they do recess in middle school.
I don't think I'm pretty sure they don't.
I think by middle school, they're onto the block scheduling at that point. Where they do, like, the 2 classes and then 2 classes after lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, like, we would have recess till 8th grade, right?
Yeah, we definitely have recess till 8th grade.
Okay, well... I don't know, we would, like...
Because I vividly remember recess for 8th grade girls was going and sitting on the bleachers and just waiting till it was over.
Yeah, that's literally what it was.
And you would hide your phone in your lunchbox.
Yeah.
So that at recess you could go on your phone.
Literally. I would do that towards, like, 7th, 8th grade, but 6th grade I was a hardcore, like, wall ball, like, player. That and, like, I don't know, like, middle school was weird. Like, I just had so many weird experiences. Like, we would play this one game and it was, like... The boys would just chase, like, after the girls and, like, actually body slam them to the ground. Like, I remember, like, actually getting... Okay, and then, like, when I was a horrible, like, I was such a mean person in middle school. I would, like, go up... So we had, like, these bulky shoes. Like, they were really bulky. Yeah. And, like, if somebody were to, like, accidentally, like, step on, like, the back of, like, your shoe and, like, scrape the back of your ankle or whatever, it would hurt so bad. And, like, when boys made me mad, I would, like, kick them in the shins. And, like, I'm sorry if you were one of them. I'm honestly, truly sorry. Because I know, like, one of you is watching. But... I would, like, kick them in the shins, and, like, they would literally have bruises from it.
Wait, do you know what else I remember from, like, going, like, that is different from middle school to, like, grade school with us? That in, like, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, the middle schoolers in, like, public schools are responsible for, like, their own, like, work, their own crap, their own, like, whatever they had to do for school, they were responsible for it. For us... Every Wednesday, they would send home a manila folder with all of our information for the week for our parents.
No, you're
up
right.
Until 8th grade.
You're so right.
And then our parents would have to sign it. Our parents would have to sign it, they opened it on whatever, and bring it back.
You just, like, brought back a whole memory. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We would have, like...
Because I remember I always volunteered to be the filler for it, so, like... The teacher would give you, like, a stack of papers, and you have to put the
I felt like, oh my god, I felt like a queen when I was passing out papers. I don't know why, but, like, I would do the little, like, licking finger, like, passing it out. I would, like, go up to the guy, like, and, like, slap the paper. Like, literally, I was, like, I would go off and pass out the paper.
No,
or if the principal needed help, like, forget about it, I'm in. Like,
you know what's actually crazy? This is just a memory that just came back into my head that I didn't even think about ever. In 8th grade, and, like, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, because they were all, like, connected. They, like, treated it, they were, like, your middle schoolers. No, we're not. We're still in the same exact school system. I'm still walking the halls with 3rd graders, 1st graders.
That was the most awkward thing ever, though. Like, literally going to the bathroom and seeing, like, a 3-year-old in there.
That's so true.
No, we would have separate bathrooms, but, like, sometimes...
Let me finish my sentence.
Sorry.
I vividly remember that we had computers, and we finally got the Chromebooks into our school. Our school, like, finally upgraded and was like, we're getting you guys Chromebooks, we're getting you guys iPads. And I remember the Chromebooks were in this one classroom, and it was the best part of my day. I had this, like, boyfriend who was, like, a year older than us, and it was the best part of my day was when his class needed to come get their Chromebooks, and he would come
literally, I so worried about that.
into my classroom,
No.
and I would be sitting at my desk, and they would all be lined up to get their Chromebooks out, and I'd be like...
Or you would have to, like, go get the Chromebook cart, and, like, all the boys would want to go, and I would be like, I'll do it. Like, I wanted to go with them. Like, literally, that was so funny.
I just, like, vividly remember that, like, they would, like, line up, come across, come into our classroom, and we'd be trying to still learn, and these, like, and of course it was, like, at that time, too, it was, like, the kids above us, like, the grade above us was coming in, so, like, you were all shy.
You were, like, making sure you're looking good. That's actually so funny. Oh, also, we didn't have lockers until 8th grade, right?
No, 7th.
But our lockers weren't in our hallway. They were in the back of our homeroom.
Yeah.
Like, just in the back of the class.
I also remember...
So if you need to get something from your locker, you'd have to walk into class.
I also remember that it was 3rd grade. This is how traumatic this memory is for me. In 3rd grade, I had a BlackBerry, and I brought it to school, and my parents told me I wasn't allowed to take it to school, but I took it to school anyway. And I remember towards the end of the day, there was an alarm that kept going off on it, and it was in my backpack in the back of the classroom. And it was so humiliating because it kept going off, and then the teacher was like, whose phone is that? And, like, I had to go get my phone out of the, hold on, listen, it gets worse. I had to get my phone out of the backpack, and I'd have to be like, I don't know what, like, I don't, this, like, I'm, like, freaking out, because I don't know what this alarm is. I don't know how to use a BlackBerry. It was, like, my first week having it. And, like, I just wanted to show it off to my friends. And she couldn't get the alarm to go off. I couldn't get the alarm to go off. And it was going off every 20 minutes. So for the last hour of school, she had to keep it on her desk. And every time that it would go off, she would have to, like, press it to, like, turn it off. And it was so embarrassing and humiliating.
You know what just came to my, like, mind? Okay, in elementary school and middle school, every teacher had this box, and it was called the June box. Do you remember?
No.
And if you would get something taken, they would put it, like, if you had a toy, or, like, especially when, like, fidget cubes and fidget spinners were, like, a thing, if you had one of them and you were caught with them, because they were banned in our school, and if you got caught with them, they'd put them in the June box, and you wouldn't be able to get it till June. They would keep it the whole school year, and then they would give it back, and they actually would never give it back. Like, the June box, like, I never got anything back that was put in there.
That's actually crazy. I one time almost got a detention in 3rd grade because we had this, like, storytelling thing.
No.
I don't remember. I literally cannot remember what it was. There was a storytelling thing that our teacher had, and I vividly remember she would bring out a box, and she had these puppets that she would use to tell the story, and one of them was a fox named Foxy, and I whispered to this kid, and I was like, what if she called it, like, Sexy Foxy or something like that? I remember he got up. It was, like, to this day, like, him getting up and going to the teacher was, like, an actual meme. Like, he like, levitated out of his chair to tell him. Like, he was angry at me for saying the word sexy. He got up out of his chair, walked over to the teacher, and told her that I just said the word sexy.
Wait.
And I got in so much trouble.
I always hated those kids in middle school that, like, if you would, like, say a bad word or something, they're, like, would be like, I'm gonna tell on you. And then they would raise their hand and be like, can I go to the bathroom? And I'm like, I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Like, and also, talking about detentions, I had this one detention in 8th grade, and I was best friends with this girl who was, like, not a good, like, student. Like, she was just, like, a troublemaker, like, in general. And we had to, like, clean the desk, so we were, like, holding these, like, Clorox wipes or whatever, and, like, I remember we were both, like, laughing about it. She was like, what if I, like, accidentally dropped it but, like, threw it at the teacher? And she, like, threw it at his back, and she was like, oops, sorry, you dropped it. And I was like, you're the devil. Actually, like, that's, like, I could, throwing something at a teacher is wild, like, that's, but, like, we also did not like that teacher.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
No, literally, but.
Anyway, I don't think, do you have anything else that you want to say? Because I don't think I have anything else. That, honestly, Catholic school is wild, and I could go on for hours talking about the randomest things from it, because it was traumatic in the best way, honestly.
Yeah.
Best memories come from it, but very traumatic.
Yeah. I feel like you get memories, like, from it, from, like, surviving with the other students, but, like,
yeah,
it was bad.
But I think that's it for today. I need to go check on Rocky because he's been out there alone. Because it's a dog.
I'm leaving my dog out there.
He's allowed to be out in his living room alone.
Sorry, I just don't want PETA to come from.
It's just, like, usually Nolan's home watching the dog while we film, and today he has football practice, so let me go check on the dog, make sure he's not getting into anything. But other than that, that's it. We'll see you next week. Bye.